Nissan calls the 2010 Nissan Maxima the four-door sports car. The 290 horsepower flagship for the Japanese car giant has a reason to brag when you really think about it. There's been a huge growth in horsepower over the last 30 years, getting nearly 300 horsepower out of what used to be derisively referred to as a rice burner, which is now a pavement burner, is pretty amazing. In the 1980s, some Porsche models put out about 200 horsepower. That's 80 horsepower less than the current Nissan Maxima. Think about that.
Maxima is our family vehicle, sort of our flagship vehicle. Redesigned it in 2009. Just a great vehicle. Comes in the 2.5 or the 3.5 version in an automatic transmission. It's got it's what we now call the four-door sports car. So it's not only utilization for a good family car, but it also has that sporty feel, so that you have the best of both worlds.
Something else that was more science fiction in the 80s but is taken for granted today is GPS. The navigation system also takes care of that guys don't ask for directions thing.
This is one of my favorite features of the Nissan Maxima. It's got a button that says, "Where am I?" It tells you the street you're on, the last street you were on, and the street that's next up. It's really cool.
The technology package includes real-time traffic and streaming audio. In other words, you can let Pandora out of her box if she's on your BlackBerry or on your iPhone, and it will play through the Maxima's sophisticated audio system without any cords. The Maxima also has a backup camera system that's part of a $700 option package. I think backup cameras are a great safety feature even on sedans, although they originated on big SUVs to prevent backover tragedies, usually involving children. I still turn my head around and look behind me, but I find that backup cameras on sedans still detect low objects that are hard to see, like flower beds and those cement parking things. My point is, if I can see it, I can avoid hitting it. By the way, if you're under 30, you may not know this, but Nissan wasn't always called Nissan. It used to be called Datsun. The first Datsun was built in Japan in 1914. The Nissan company was founded in 1933. The cars, however, were still called Datsun. In 1933, the Datsun Type 15 was the first mass-produced Japanese car. The first Datsun sedan was imported to the United States in 1958. It had 48 horsepower. That's about 250 less than today's Maxima. In 1969, Datsun introduced the Z as a 1970 model. It boasted what were then considered creature comforts on a sports car, roll-up windows, and a heater. I used to think of it as a Jaguar E-Type that was affordable. According to the company's website, the Datsun Z became the world's best-selling sports car. By 1975, Datsun became the top U.S. vehicle importer. In 1983, Datsun started marketing all of its cars around the world as Nissans. It had something to do with making the brand messaging consistent around the globe, I think. I didn't really understand it back then, and I'm not sure I do now, but I feel the same way about Yanni. But back to the Maxima. It gets 19 miles per gallon in the city and 26 on the highway. The 0 to 60 time is 6.1 seconds, which means you can have decent fuel economy, good acceleration, and comfort in both your wallet and your back seat. Its base price in the 3.5 SV trim is about $33,000. The Maxima lets you choose between the phone book that you have stored on your handset and a phone book that you can create in your car, which is actually a really good idea because there are probably a lot of people in your handset phone book, but they're not necessarily that many people you want to call from the car. But the system isn't perfect.
Handset phone book.
Handset phone book. Please say a stored name.
Gladwin Lopez.
Exit. Voice recognition is canceled.
Okay, it's not perfect.
Wow.
That somehow she thinks Gladwin Lopez means exit voice command.
With options including heated seats, a heated steering wheel, hey, don't knock it till you've tried it, heated mirrors, a nightclub's worth of music options, navigation with real-time traffic, and floor mats and a trunk mat, which for some reason are extra, the price as tested came out to be about $37,500. I'm Grant Winter, reporting.